How we doing today, guys? Welcome back to Next Step Solutions. Today I'm going to be replacing my CPU cooler on my personal computer. I recently released a video of me upgrading my CPU to a Ryzen 5 5600X. Ever since the upgrade, my computer's CPU temperatures were spiking to 50 and 60 degrees Celsius while idle, and then also getting up to the low 90s while under intense loads. After a bit of troubleshooting and research, I discovered that the issue was the stock cooler that came with the CPU, just not being able to disperse that heat properly, so time to replace it. To start things off, we'll go ahead and get the old CPU cooler removed, unplugging the CPU fan power, and then also unscrewing it from the mounting bracket on the motherboard itself. After looking over a few options and checking price points and reviews, the Halo Black by Cooler Master was a good fit for me. The cooler came with several different brackets for different sockets, as well as thermal paste, 2 screws for the brackets, and then 4 clips for attaching the fan. In my case, I'll be using the brackets designed for an AM4 socket. Let's go ahead and peel off the warning label that's on the bottom of the heatsink, where the contact to the top of the CPU will be made, exposing those copper plates. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the brackets to the heatsink itself. This is what is going to attach it to the motherboard's mounting bracket and keep it firmly in place on the motherboard and tight up against the CPU. Applying thermal paste to our CPU, we're ready to install our heatsink. After the heatsink's installed, we're going to go ahead and get everything ready so we can get our fan attached to the fins of the heatsink. Since we're only installing the one fan, we're only going to need 2 clips in this case. The clips are going to go through the holes at the corner of the CPU fan, which then connects through the fins, and then the part of the clip that comes out is actually going to connect to the heatsink and keep it nice and snug up against the heatsink itself. Now we're going to want to go ahead and get our RGB power and then our CPU fan power. The one on the right is going to be the fan and the left being the RGB. The jumpers should be labeled on your motherboard, but if not, follow the connection pattern on the connector. After getting everything put back together on the PC and getting the GPU back installed, it was time to turn it on and see if we would post. Since there wasn't really any major change made, just the fan being installed, I wasn't too worried about the system not coming up, and everything did come up without issue. Now it was time to put the real test in and make sure that we were actually getting ideal temperatures while idle and under load. Using a simple and free program, Core Temp, I recorded my CPU temperatures at idle. We were hitting 35 degrees for the low and 45 for the high. Next, I hopped in a couple video games and also did a little bit in DaVinci Resolve. Checked my PC, I'd say it was probably about an hour, and we were only hitting 59 degrees max, which was significantly better than what I was getting beforehand with the stock cooler. As always, guys, thank you for joining me here at Next Step Solutions. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you made it all the way to the end of the video, and catch you guys at the next one.